My name is Geraldo Rivera, and I'm introducing Paul and Linda McCartney.
Hello.
My name?
My name is, tonight.
Geraldo. His name is Geraldo Rivera. Will the real Geraldo Rivera stand up?
You're all wrong.
This is Paul McCartney, now of Wings, late of the Beatles, the most famous left-handed bass player in the history of rock and one of the most talented songwriters and performers in the history of music. His group has just completed a sold-out concert tour called Wings Over America, and I interviewed Paul and his wife and backup vocalist Linda after their giant concert before almost 70,000 screamers in Seattle.
First of all, it was a great concert, really terrific.
Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. I know him. I've seen him. Looking good. I've seen him. And I know them all, you know.
Oh, you kid. How does it feel to be back in the old U.S. touring after 10 years?
It's really wonderful.
That interview, their performance, and a special look back at the Beatles, the group that defined the 60s and still sells records as if they'd never busted up. It's all later, and I think it's all incredible. Now, in one of the mind-jarring changes of pace that this program has become famous for, we go from Elizabeth Ray to the Beatles who, of course, were much more important to the culture and to the times than perhaps any other musical entity in recent history. It's really not surprising, therefore, that their music remains tremendously popular even after the group's demise 5 years ago. But what is amazing is just how popular the Beatles still are. As of this week, for instance, 4 Beatles albums are back on the Billboard magazine list of the top 100. So in the unlikely event that you've forgotten, here's a look backwards. Paul, George, and Ringo. Fantastic. Now, as I think everybody knows, they've all enjoyed individual successes in varying degrees since the group split, but McCartney has probably been the most successful. All 7 of his albums have been awarded either gold or platinum records, and his recently completed American tour with Wings has been a huge critical and commercial hit. After a long and winding absence of 10 years, McCartney came back. Wings really did wing it over America, stopping at 24 cities in all, but the biggest hall they played was the gigantic King Dome in Seattle. The crowd there approached 70,000 people, many of whom had slept there overnight or over several nights to make sure they got the best of the first-come, first-served seats. The audience consisted of old Beatle fans like me left over from the 60s, as well as a whole new generation of kids who must have still been in their cradles the first time around.
Lead me to your door.
As the crush built up outside the stadium, Paul, Linda, and the rest of Wings arrived backstage aboard a very ordinary-looking bus.
As left a pool of tears, crying for the day.
As the technicians got everything ready for the sound check, Paul got into some freelance soccer with his mates.
Don't keep me waiting. Let me know